doing really, 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 really well today. The memory of chaos, the MoC, one of the endgame modes in Honkai Star Rail, reset this week, and with Phainon's banner being next week, it is crucial that we get all of the stellar jades. So I figured we could take a look at the latest memory of chaos together and see if we can't get all of the stars. I haven't taken a look at it just yet, so I don't know what the special effect is this time around. With Cypher having been released recently, and I think Phainon will be on banner while this MoC is still here. I think the effect might be geared towards them, but let's jump in and take a look. Okay, so it is called Lupine Moon Devourer, and the memory turbulence says after the ally character in position 1 uses their ultimate, both they and their memo sprite will gain memory imprint lasting for 1 turn, increases damage dealt by targets with memory imprint by 40%, and adds 2 hits per action to memory turbulence up to 10 hits. At the start of each cycle, memory turbulence deals 1 instance of true damage to random enemy target with each hit per action. Sure, so it looks like we might get a good benefit from having a character in position 1 who uses their ult a lot, and is also the main damage dealer with the big 40% damage boost. So we get to skip straight to stage 9 as usual. So let's jump in and see what is going on here. Okay, so for the first half, we are up against these noontide griffins, and the second half we've got good old Cocolia, who's got a great name, and we might want to bring along Quantum for the first half, and Physical, and Lightning and Fire would be good for the second half. Okay, I think we can work something out for that. So I have Cypher. She is my most recent character, and it could be fun to bring her along. I don't want her in position 1 though. That would waste the 40% damage increase. Unless it applies to her true damage. Not sure. But I'm thinking of maybe bringing Argenti along. He uses his ult a lot, so we're going to get loads of stacks for the memory turbulence. And we should get a lot of uptime on the 40%. He is, however, pretty slow. Sunday, I think. Or someone else who can boost him up. I'm thinking actually maybe the Remembrance Trailblazer. Because for the second half I'm probably gonna bring Jingyuan, who works even better with Sunday because he has a summon. So we'll do something like that for the second half. And why don't we can bring Chow Chow, who's going to help towards the fire break. And he also has a lot of defense, a lot of defense break as well. We'll do Sunday. And we can bring, I'm blanking on her name, what is it? Lingsha, of course. Of course. And for the first half, we're on floor 9. I wonder if we need some sort of sustain. I did build Dingyun last time. I spent ages building her and then used her once. I think she died and didn't use her again. I might try something like this. No, I don't think that's a good idea actually. These lions do lots of AoE. So how about we bring Fushuan along instead? I think I might need to check a couple of light cones. So why don't we go through and have a quick check of everyone's stats. So here's Argenti. He does have his signature light cone, and we're at 4,200 attack, 73.4% crit rate, and 146.2% crit damage. He's only got 114 speed though. I'm sure it'll be fine. I was thinking of maybe bringing Bronya instead, who can boost him every turn, but I think it'll be fine on floor 9. We only have a small physical damage boost. I imagine I probably have him on an attack piece. Planar. Yeah, lots of attack. So he's on a 4-piece Scholar Lost in Erudition and a 2-piece Inert Salsato, Signature Light Cone, and no Eidolons. Here's the Remembrance main character. Lots of speed and crit damage, because Mem gives a crit damage boost. I've got him on the Victory in a Blink Light Cone. It's not fully leveled up, but it would only give him stats personally, so it doesn't matter too much. Of course, E6. As the main character, you get these Eidolons just by playing. And he's on a split 2-piece to focus on speed. And Lushaka, the Sunken Seas. Here is Cypher, who is also very quick. A little bit speedier actually. She's quick and she has effect hit rate, which is kind of her two things for this build. She is on the Resolution Shines as Pearls of Sweat Light Cone for the extra damage, the extra defense decrease. No Eidolons, and she's on a split 2-piece set. One of which gives some speed and the other one just increases damage a little bit against enemies with debuffs. And she does apply debuffs. And Firmament Frontline Glamoth for the planar ornaments. Fushuan is here with lots of HP and a decent amount of defense as well. And that is pretty much it. She's just there to be a tank. Please hit her. I've got no Eidolons, and she's on a split two-piece, just focusing on the substats really for defense and health to make sure that she's tanky. And she's got Lushaka for the planar ornaments. That's it for the first team. We've got Jingyuan here who needs a light cone. I do have his signature light cone actually, and I'm gonna have to take it off of the Herta to give it to him. He's got 3,500 attack. He is relatively quick, so that he is speedier than Sunday, so that we get the kind of double turns when Sunday brings him back around. He's got 57.7% crit rate and 156.6% crit damage. The crit rate is a little bit low, I suppose, but with Sunday's buff it should be fine. He's got no Eidolons, and I have him on a split set. Two-piece band of Sizzling Thunder increasing his lightning damage, and two-piece the Ash Blazing Grand Duke to increase his follow-up attack damage. And then Inert Salsato as well for his ultimate and follow-up attack damage. Zhao Zhou's here, and I feel like we haven't seen him for a while. He's got like kind of middling attack, 1,944. He's pretty quick though, 165. And he's got loads of effect hit rate. I'm pretty sure there's a trace. I'm pretty sure he has a trace that increases his attack. Yeah, for every 15% of Zhao Zhou's effect hit rate that exceeds 80%. Additionally increases his attack by 60%, up to 240. So yeah, he's gonna have a lot more attack when we get into battle. I have his signature light cone, those many springs, which increases his effect hit rate, and also lets him put an extra debuff on enemies to increase the damage they take. And I have him on a split set, focusing on making him as quick as possible while having some decent effect hit rate. He's also got the Sprightly Von Whack planar set just to make sure that he definitely goes first to apply his debuffs before anyone else goes. And I've got no Eidolons for him. Next up we have Sunday, who we've seen a lot of, and I haven't changed really since last time. He's got 137 speed, which is kind of tuned to work with a lot of my main damage dealers. He's got lots of crit damage because he applies a crit damage buff with when he uses his skill, and he's got some energy regen as well to try and get his ult up as much as possible. I do have his signature light cone, a grounded ascent. This one gives him a bit of extra energy, and when he uses a skill or ultimate on an ally character, he also applies a stacking damage buff. And finally, as if the light cone didn't do enough already, every 2 times he uses his skill or ultimate, we get a skill point back. So it just makes him very skill point friendly. And I've got him on a 4-piece Sacerdos' Relived Ordeal, with a 2-piece Lushaka for the planar ornaments, and he is at E2. And finally for now we have Lingsha, who is relatively quick, 157, and has a lot of break effect to work with her kit. For the light cone, I've got the What Is Real 4-star one. It gives a load of break effect, and it's at Super Imposition 5. For relics, I've got a split set, focusing on speed and break effect, and Talia Kingdom of Bandit inventory for the planar ornaments for the extra break effect. I've got no eidolons for her though. And the break effect, aside from being very helpful for breaking the enemy's weaknesses, it also ties into this trace, which I'm just reading it. Actually, I'm getting confused. Well, it says increases this unit's attack or outgoing healing. Well, which one? I kind of assume both, maybe. I don't know. As far as I know, it increases the healing by a percentage of the break effect. Okay, I see it's the two numbers. So attack would be 25% up to 50, and then the healing would be 10% up to 20. I feel like maybe that could be worded better. That's okay though. And those are the characters for now. So, why don't we jump on in to floor 9? Yeah, okay. Cool. So, we can pop a load of techniques here. Oops. I forget Argenti's one needs him to be right there. Boom. Boom. And here we go. This is the first time I have had the chance to use Cypher in a proper endgame mode. And I'm looking forward to seeing how she does. Just gonna do a basic attack here. I don't have a good idea at the moment of how the counter actually translates to damage. So I'm gonna have a bit of a decision to make when it comes to using her ult. I don't want to use it as soon as it's ready, of course. I want to wait until this number stacks up. But I haven't really looked up too many guides or anything, so I'm not sure what number we should be aiming for. We're on floor 9 though, so there's some room for there's some room to check. Argenti's stuck back here, so I think I'm gonna just use his level 1 ult. And we'll get another one as well. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, that was some decent damage. We're gonna have to use Fu Xuan's skill to make sure that it doesn't run out. We'll just use her ult now as well. It does do AoE damage, but I think the main thing is not using it when she is capped on her passive points. We should be able to take this guy down in this cycle. So I am gonna hold on to Argenti's ult and try and get a level 2 one for the next wave. Boom, boom, boom. We use Cypher's skill here just for a bit of extra damage. I'm hoping Argenti's skill takes this guy down. Okay, perfect, perfect. So we're gonna start the next cycle. Cypher's at 120 points here. Does it kind of give any suggestion? Oh, 120,000 damage has been tallied. And if we check her ultimate, then deals true damage equal to 25% of the current tally kept by the talent. And then 75% to the target and the adjacent targets. Okay, sure. So if we used her ult now, it would do around extra because it includes the ult damage from her. It would do around 120,000 damage. So that's not a huge amount right now. I think we'll save it up for a bit longer. Yeah. We'll go ahead and use her skill. I think this should give us a boost with Mem, which will be perfect for just before Argenti gets to go. 100, there we go. There we go, there we go. And we'll boost Argenti. And we'll get a skill and an ult, which should do a really big chunk of damage. Here we go. That was okay damage. It wasn't incredible. Okay. So we're gonna need, we have plenty of skill points. I'm gonna use Cypher's skill here. We'll put that as well. I don't think there's any way for us to figure out how much health these guys have unless we did some some crazy unless we compared how much the health bar goes down to the damage number that pops up. That is way too much work. I think maybe we'll get to the end of this cycle and just before the end we'll pop Cypher's ult and see how that looks. I use Argenti's level 1 ult here. Oh, they're pretty low already. We use Fushuan's skill to top up the field. I might actually, with Argenti being here, I feel like we'll finish it anyway this cycle, so I might actually just use Cypher's skill and then pop her ult and see what happens. We'll do it this way round. Okay, let's see how much damage 231 gives us. Well, it finished him off, which was nice to see. I think the more that I play with her, the better idea I'll get in terms of how that translates. But we are on the second half now. Let's go ahead and pop some. I don't know if this one stacks. I don't think so. We'll pop some techniques and then jump on in. Okay, so we'll start off using Jojo's skill to apply the debuffs. We don't need to use Lynx's skill right now, but I am going to spread the weakness break around a little bit, and then we'll follow up with Sunday and Jing Yuan going a couple times in a row. Buff Jing Yuan, get his ult up, and then we'll get a fully stacked Lightning Lord. Here we go. Not bad, not bad. That guy managed to survive. And he's doing loads of damage. I'll use Jojo's ult here. It leaves a field on the floor, so we don't need to, so it will carry over to the next wave. It's not a waste to use it here. There we go. Perfect. And now we have Cocolia. I'll use Jojo's skill here. Does some extra weakness break. And no need to use Lynx's skill. We have her ult if we need the emergency healing. Pop this. Bring him back around. charged Lightning Lord. Let's see how well this does. Ooh, that was nice. That was nice. I'm just gonna use Chacho's basic attack. Make sure we have enough skill points for when Jingyuan and Sunday come back around. We're not gonna get a fully charged Lightning Lord, I think. Sunday's not gonna have quite enough for his ult, I'm pretty sure. Oh. I'm sad about being right there. It might still be enough. I'll pop Lingsha's ult just for the extra little bit of damage. We knocked off a percent. Oh, close. We took Cocolia out with the end of the cycle. I don't mind about not getting like one cycle on everything. I just want all 3 stars. That's my main goal. But that is floor 9 done. And let's check out floor 10. Let's see. Okay, this is Black Tide's champion. I don't think I've fought this guy. I really need to catch up on the story, so I haven't fought these guys before. But we've got wind and lightning on the first half, which we can work with for sure. I wonder why wind is the first one in the line when everyone has lightning. Put that the other way around. No big deal though. And the second floor we have Argenti, who is also weak to physical, but weak to ice as well. So I think we might bring the Herta. We might bring the Herta for the second floor. Who should we bring with them? I'm thinking of actually doing a Nexa on the first floor, who I love using. Is anyone weak to quantum? There's a couple of quantum weaknesses on the first half, on the first wave of the second half, and the same on the first one. Just wondering if it's worth bringing Cypher along. Well, we definitely need another erudition unit for the second half. Let's see. And ideally we want a quick one, or someone who attacks a lot, so that we get loads of skill points. Not skill points. Loads of energy for the Herta. Yeah, I might just bring Jade along. A tried and tested duo. And we'll bring the Remembrance main character. And I think we will need a sustain here. They did loads of damage last time. We have some options. I recently fixed my Aventurine, so why don't we bring him? And then for the first half, we can bring Sunday. We'll do a Hypercarrier Nexa, so we'll bring Sunday with us. We'll bring Robin. And for the sustain, why don't we bring why don't we bring Fushuan again? There she is. And let's see. I do need to check some light cones, and we can check some of the builds as well. So here's an Nexa, 2,935 attack, 139 speed, kind of tuned to work with Sunday, who is slightly slower. He's got 77.8% crit rate, and out of combat he's got 90.1% crit damage. But this trace, with one erudition character, it gets increased by 140%, so that's going to be a lot higher. I do have his signature light cone, which increases an excess damage against enemies that have weaknesses implanted by him. And for relics, I've got 4-piece Eagle of Twilight Line. He ults a lot, so he gets boosted. He gets boosted quite a lot by this. And then Rutilant Arena for the skill damage increase. And he's at E0. Robin here is new to the lineup. She's got loads of attack. She gives an attack buff when she's in her ult form. And that's kind of it. She's got loads of attack, energy regen, and some tanky stats. I've got her on this for tomorrow's journey, which was an event light cone. Increases attack and increases her personal damage during her ult. For relics, there's some here that haven't been leveled up. Not that one. Oh yeah, this one's just got energy regen, but otherwise there's not really any stats we want here. We'll take it all the way anyway. Wow, well rounded. I've got her on a split set just for an attack increase and sprightly Von Whack to make sure that she goes first to apply her buffs, and she's on E0. For the second team, I'm gonna give the Herta Jingyuen's light cone again. And she has got 2,773 attack, 147 speed, 42.8% crit rate, which is quite low. Ideally we'd be using her with Sunday. But I think it's better this way around. Or is it? I might swap them round. 172.1% crit damage and some ice damage boost there as well. We've just given her Jingyuen's light cone, and she is on a 4-piece Scholar Lost in Erudition, and a 2-piece Izumo Gensei and Takuma Divine Realm. Oh, okay, she will get 12% extra crit rate when we jump in to battle, so that will be up to 54. Still, I might swap them around so Sunday's in this team. Otherwise, she's E1. She's E1. Jade here is very slow, very slow, but she has 42.1% crit rate and 144.6% crit damage. She's so slow because I've got her on 4-piece Poet of Morning Collapse, which actually decreases her speed, but because it's lower than 95, she'll get 32% crit rate when she is in battle. So that'll jump up to like 75%. I've also got 2-piece Inert Salsato. She is on the Birth of the Self light cone, which increases her follow-up attack damage, which is where a lot of her damage comes from. And she is E1. She is E1. Otherwise, Aventurine is the other new one for the lineup. He's like medium speed, 141. Load of defense, of course. 4,000 is the threshold to hit. At least 4,000 to get the maximum bonus of his trace. This one. So he's gonna get 48% extra crit rate when we get into battle. So that's gonna be up to like 75 as well. I have him on his signature light cone, Inherently Unjust Destiny, and he is E1. And I now have him on a 4-piece Knight of Purity Palace set, which increases his shield strength. And I have him on Penacony Land of the Dreams, which is not the best one for this team. I wonder if there's there's anything better to switch him on to. What's his effect res? It's 10% at the moment. We would need to find 20% on the planar ornaments for broken keel to work. 20% is not going to be easy to find. Otherwise, what else is suggested? Bellabog. I don't think that is for the best. Follow-up attack damage, sure. We could do Lushaka. I think that's probably what we would want. Let me just quickly see if I've got anything good for him. So we would want... I have him on a defense. Oh no, imaginary damage. That's a really good one. Loads of speed and crit damage. It's gonna be sad to move it off. Or do you, like that? Let's see what we've got. Okay, that one could be good. We're gonna lose out on the speed. And what have we got here? Oh, we could get some speed there. Sure, let's level these up. So I want, ideally, to land on the speed. Crit damage is not bad though. Flat defense is not what we want exactly, but it's not entirely wasted. HP is not good. Come on, speed. Well, I still think it's going to be better in this team. I think I have him on the Penacony Land of the Dreams set. Because I was running him with Dr. Ratio loads at the time, and Danhung, Imbibitor Lune as well. And then I think we'll do this one. Attack is entirely wasted. Oh no, and we're out of level up stuff. Oh, there's some bits here that I could use. Anything really bad? Yeah, we'll do that. And that one. And yeah, we'll do that one. Okay, sure, that one is not a bad piece. Cool. Okay, that looks better for this team. And with that, we are pretty much ready. Except I am going to swap the Remembrance Trailblazer into the first team and Sunday into the second one. It breaks my heart to split up the siblings, but I think they'd understand. And why don't we go ahead and jump into the Memory of Chaos? Okay. Okay, let's pop some techniques. I don't know if Anaxes or the Trailblazers are gonna override Robins though. I think we'll do it this way. Yeah, I think we got a bunch of them. Okay. And Robin goes first, which is good for us. We can get her skill going for the damage boost. And we are gonna summon Mem. I think we'll get 2 goes in a row with an Axa here, which is great. Although we're not gonna have a skill point for the second one. But that's fine. With his ult here, we'll put the qualitative thingy. The where is it? Qualitative disclosure state on them, which means that when we basic attack, it will do a follow-up skill anyway for a pretty decent amount of damage there. Of course, the team would be better with Sunday, but unfortunately, we only have one Sunday. has his own buffs, his own pros for being in the team. And Nexus pretty much at 100% crit rate and 302% crit damage, so that's a really good amount of damage there. I'm gonna hit there. Robin has her ult, but I'm gonna wait until the end of the cycle just to pull everyone back up. Perfect. Here we go. So we'll bring everyone back up here, and we can start vibing to Robin's incredible singing. We're going to reapply Fu Xuan's field, which is the source of the extra crit rate and also the damage reduction for everyone. And we should be able to finish this guy off with a skill. Even better, the follow-up's going to hit here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We'll hit this guy on the left. I'm not sure what he does. Pop a skill here. I was just waiting for this guy on the left didn't have quantum weakness a second ago. Thankfully Alexa has implanted it. Oops. I popped a Nexus ult a little too early. It would have been better to do it after Mem. So we get the extra true damage. That's my bad, I wasn't keeping track of that. And then we'll hit them with a beefy skill or two. He just does so much damage. We should be able to finish them off in one cycle now. Quicker than the previous floor, actually. Thank you, Alexa. Boom. Boom. Okay, and the second team should also do a good job. Pop a couple there, and we'll jump into the fight here. So Jade goes first, which is good. We can apply her skill to the Herta. One very slight downside of having this team without an abundance healer is that Jade's skill causes the Herta to do a small amount of damage to herself whenever she does an attack. And we actually don't have a way of healing that. It shouldn't be an issue though. Aventurine's skill, shields should keep her safe on top of that. But it's a very small downside. We'll pop the other skill and then her ult because it boosts her back around. And then we get an empowered skill to follow up. Ooh, it should do a big old chunk of damage. Boom. Wow. This guy's hanging on. I was hoping not to not to need to waste the Herta's go on that, but not much I can do about it. Every single hit from the enemy so far has been directly at the Herta's face. We're gonna need Aventurine to keep up on those on those shields. Oh, not quite enough. I'm confident that the Herta's not gonna get hit much more. So I'm gonna save a skill point by using Aventurine's basic attack instead of his skill, and then we'll do a big old ultimate. Boom. I missed the crit, unfortunately. I missed the 75% crit. be honest, I'm used to losing those 75%. Because, Honkai's light cone banner has a 75% chance to be the one you're pulling on. And I think I lost something insane, like 5 in a row. It was wild. We should be able to finish off our Genti soon though. Oh, I don't think it's quite going to be in one. If either Sunday or the Earth had just a little bit more energy, we'd get the one cycle. It's no big deal though. We're just here for the jades. We'll just finish off our Genti with an ult and a skill. Oh my goodness, I've completely blanked over the fact that he has 2 health bars. Okay, that was a waste of a turn from the Earth then. That's my bad. I would have played that slightly differently if I was paying proper attention. Thankfully, Venturine has given everyone some really beefy shields. Okay. And we'll get a couple of goes in a row here with the Herta. Should be able to do some really good damage. We'll boost her back up. Use another skill. And then her ult. And then one more skill. If we hit the crit, I think we might be able to finish our Genti off. Oh, we use that. Here we go. Here we go. I mean, we missed the crit again. It was the small blue number that was hiding. We did finish him off, which is good, but we missed both of those. Both of those big crits. Okay, floor 10 is down then, and we can move on to floor 11. Floor 11, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so for the first half we have the Pollux fight, which would be weak to imaginary, quantum, and wind. And for the second half we have the Stellaron Hunter Sam fight, where lightning would be very good here. I'm thinking of I've made this mistake before. We definitely need healing for the first half. For the Pollux fight, there's a section where you need to heal everyone up. And I think I brought a Venturine on this fight before, so I think I'm gonna bring Mighty. I love Mighty, and I'm always looking for an excuse to use him. And we'll bring Sunday. We'll bring Cypher, and I think we'll bring Lorcha as well for our healer. And then for the second half, even though it's weak to lightning, I'm thinking of just doing another Anaxa team. It worked really well last time. And I think we might bring a Venturine. So, just checking the new characters we've added this time around. We have Mighty here, who, on top of being beautiful, also scales with HP. So, he's got lots of HP. 8,000 is the lower threshold to maximize his trace here. So he's going to get a lot of extra crit rate and charge ratio as well. Yeah, he's got 8,960 health. He's got 141 speed, which is slightly more than Sunday. He's got 185.7% crit damage and 27.9% crit rate right now. That would go up to what's the maths here? It's it's 1.2% for every 100. Up to 4,000, so that's 40 of those. So we're going to be doing 40 times 1.2, which is 40, and like 20%, which would be 8. Wow. An extra 48% crit rate there. So we're up to like, we're up to like 75, and then with Sunday's buff we should be almost at 100. Okay. Otherwise, oh, no imaginary damage boost. I imagine that would mean I have HP percentage relics. Yeah, that's fine. I do have his signature light cone. Flame of Blood, Blaze My Path. Increases his HP and incoming healing. It's actually pretty insane for him. It also consumes his HP when he uses his skill or ultimate, which counts towards his charge bar, so it's perfect. For relics, I have him on 4-piece Scholar Lost in Erudition, and 2-piece Bone Collector's Serene Domain, and he is at E1. Who else have we brought on board? Lorcha. He is kind of quick, 145. His healing actually scales with his attack, so he's got a decent amount of attack. I've got him with loads of effect resistance and some energy regen as well. He is on the perfect timing light cone, which again increases his effect res and boosts his healing based on his effect res. And I've got him on kind of some split pieces. He gets a bit of speed from a 2-piece Sardos' Relived Ordeal, but otherwise I've just gone for substats. And he's on Broken Keel for the planar ornaments. And he's at E0. I picked him up with the free 5-star selector, where you could pick between Ron May, Lorcha, and I think the standard characters. I didn't have him, so I picked him up. And I think we're gonna jump in then. We're gonna see how difficult the penultimate floor is here. Okay, so we can use Sunday and Lorcha's techniques here. Technically, Mighty and Cypher both have like combat techniques that like bring them into combat. What does Cypher's do though? I can't remember. Can we see it this way? No. Oh, maybe. When entering battle, deals quantum damage equal to 100% of Cypher's attack. What does Mighty's do? Mighty has like a 2-part one. Okay. I don't think it matters that much. We're gonna jump in this way. Gallagher works really well with Mighty as well, so whenever I do Mighty and Gallagher, I pop Mighty's. Oh my god, can I play yet? Okay, all of that happened automatically, which was funny. I was just gonna say, whenever I play Mighty and Gallagher, I use Mighty's talent, Mighty's technique to daze them, and I think it taunts them as well. And then switch to Gallagher to use his technique, which applies the debuff that heals everyone when they hit them. Yeah, so why don't we get going? We're on a really skill point friendly team. Although I don't think we need to. I think if we do this will be better. I'll just heal with Lorcha here. And I'll save his ult. Because his field is up right now. This lineup is not quite like 100% efficient. We should get an because Mighty's in the first slot for the, here we go, now everyone needs healing. I will pop Lodge's ult here to get them all healed up with the extra hit. Now we can use Cypher's skill. Yeah, Mighty's in the first slot for the extra damage from the Memory of Chaos turbulence effect. But I think Sunday has Lushaka, which boosts the attack of the person in the first slot. Mighty is gonna heal there. Mighty scales on HP, so that's kind of wasted on him. It's not a huge deal though. We're getting some nice damage out. Although we're pretty far off one cycling it if we cared about that. Do that. Let's see. Yeah, we're good if I do it this way, and I'll pop. Oops. I didn't need to use Lodge's ult there. I forgot that his skill actually gives you a point for his passive. Okay, oh, that was a nice chunk, look at that. And we had a huge 1.1 million hit, kind of wasted on a 10% boss. That's okay. We're gonna get another nice big hit here. I think Pollux has like a damage resist. Oh yeah, damage taken decreases by 90%. We just remove that, I think, when Pollux does an attack or something. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess it means that maybe we should be holding on to our ults if we can. That's okay, we're doing a pretty good job right now anyway. Oh, and we need to get everyone healed up. Shouldn't be an issue. I'm gonna heal Mighty though. I think it was in someone mentioned in a comment that it's actually probably worth healing Mighty with Lodger every turn, because Mighty uses up a percentage of his health when he uses his skill. The more health he has, the more health he loses, and the quicker he charges. So that was a really good shout. Gonna do it that way then. Again, we're chucking a load of damage into a Pollux that has a 90% damage reduction buff. Oh, what's that with the... Oh, it doesn't have the resist right now. It doesn't have the resist right now, which is good for us. We can get some damage out. I think I might use Cypher's ult just to see how much we chunk out. Oh, that is a really good amount of damage. It would have been slightly more if I waited until after her turn, but that is okay. Should finish them off here with Mighty. Perfect. Perfect. That was a pretty straightforward one. Let's see if we can clean up the second half as easily. I can't remember what we decided on for the techniques last time, but I'm just going to do 2 of these no dice, and then we'll do Robin, Alexa, yeah, and then we'll do the Trailblazer. So it did look like the Remembrance main character's technique took Robin's off, which I think is fine. I think the Remembrance Trailblazers one is probably a bit better. And then we'll put this. Did they always always have voice lines? Did they always have voice lines there? Were they just like unvoiced? What did they see? I think I noticed it when I used their ult last time. I don't remember hearing Kalis saying stuff before. But we'll check it out next time we use the ult. Should get a really nice chunk of damage here with a basic attack that chains into a skill. Yeah, not bad, not bad. We'll pop that. I'm gonna slow it down so we get a good chance to hear the yeah. Weird. I just don't remember hearing it before. Oh, you know what? I think it's a different voice actor. Is that it? I think it might be a different voice actor. I think I remember hearing something about that. Okay. I'll wait until the end of the cycle to use Robin's ult, just to kind of maximize the boost that we get. Honestly, it's so crazy how easily Anaxa just implants every single weakness. It kind of just means that you can like run him wherever you want, and if you're doing him as like a sub DPS for another erudition unit, you can just run them as well. I really want Aventrine's ult up so I can shield everyone again. And this should be a big hit. We still have the buffs from Mem here. Boom. Pretty good, pretty good. Do that. I am going to use Aventrine's skill here, just to double dip on these shields. And it might be a little bit of a waste of his ult here. It does apply a debuff to the enemy that means they take more damage. So it might have been worth saving that for the second wave. Oh, Anaxa is taunted. I think that's fine. I think it just means that we have to hit that one, but it will bounce anyway, so. And another one. Perfect, perfect. Oh. He uses ult here. He has all the weaknesses, but none of them are effective. That's funny. Oh, still a pretty nice amount of damage there. Everyone here is really well shielded. Look at that. Anaxa has a shield bigger than his health bar. Everyone's well shielded, so I'm just gonna do a normal attack. I do just want to check. Yeah, he's got almost 75% crit rate, which is nice. Okay, okay. I am gonna use the skill here for Kalis, just to get a bit of extra boost for the bar. Mem is soon going to be fully charged up, so I'm going to wait to use Anaxa's ult so we get the bonuses from it. Here we go, here we go. Should get some nice hits here. Oh, that wasn't too big. Did we miss a crit? We're only at 87.8. Oh, I remember we had Fushuan last time that made it almost 100. Not so bad though. Robin's ult and then I'll use it. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna use Venturine's skill. And then an Axe's skill. And I'll do it again here, so we get another couple hits with the skill. Oh. Doing some decent damage to us. But we should be able to break his weakness here, perfect. Or, her weakness. Her weakness, I suppose. Sorry if that's a spoiler. Oh, some big chunks. Oh, and even better. Mem comes in clutch, and we can finish Sam off just before the end of the cycle. Perfect. Okay, so we've managed to do floor 9, 10, and 11 with 3 stars. Let's check out what's going on with floor number 12. Okay, so we have the True Swarm. The True Sting, sorry, for the first half. So Imaginary is going to be good there. And we have the dreaded Hule for the second half, who is weak to physical, fire, and wind. Honestly, I think our first team I'm gonna stick with. Mighty and Cypher should be really good here. For the second half, I really like using Yunli. I really like using Yunli here against Ule. But I'm wondering if we can fit an Axa in as well. Just for the damage. Who would we take out? I don't think Aventurine's the right choice here. I don't think Aventurine's the right choice there. Honestly, I feel like if I had Yunli in the second team, I would also want Lorcha. With the number of counters she does, she's gonna make sure that everyone is healed up. So, for the first half, maybe we'll just bring along Gallagher. And, yeah, so, who would we take out? Honestly, it might be Robin. So then we'd have an Axa, Remembrance, MC, Yunli, and Lorcha. And I think this is the right setup in terms of positioning. Do we want Yunli in the first position for the 40% damage increase? Maybe she's gonna be countering a lot. But then it begs the question, do we even want an Axa here? It is unfortunate that it is the second floor, so we're gonna have to get through the True Sting. If we want to kind of test it out and try it again. I'm worried maybe just having a Lorcha isn't enough sustain. But I think I might try it. I am gonna have to double check Yunli. I'm gonna put her on. I have her signature light cone here, Dance at Sunset, which is perfect for her. It greatly increases the chance of getting attacked and increases follow-up attack damage. And let's check her relics. I feel like they can be better. Just check if there's any thresholds we should be hitting. No. But we want attack and HP as well, I suppose, for tankiness. What have we got here? That looks like it could be better. What have we got here? I think I might switch her on to Jing Yuan's one. And we've got physical damage here, some attack, crit damage. That looks pretty good, to be honest. We have got an attack main stat boots with some crit rate and crit damage. Increases physical damage. It might be good if we could get that 4-piece going as well. For the body, yeah, this is pretty bad. We have a crit rate main stat, which I think we want to keep. I think we do want a crit rate main stat, but these substats aren't great. Any of these? I don't think so. What has the Herta got on? Just attack, some speed. What's Phainon got? What's that one? Attack. Some attack and crit rate. This one doesn't look too bad, to be honest. This one has more damage, but we are going to miss out on the 12% health. I wonder if we'll miss that too much, and it's lower crit rate. So I think maybe we'll stick with that one. And we'll just check this piece again. Crit rate, crit damage, some health. That's got more attack and speed. This one could be good, but I'm out of, what's the other stat? HP percentage. Oh, this one's looking good. Let's keep going. I think I'm gonna level up with some pieces. What's that? I'm gonna lock that. I think that's not too bad. What's this one? 2 in flat defense. Yeah, I'll use that one. 6 extra levels. What do we get? What do we get? Crit damage and HP. That's pretty good, I think. And we want the last couple. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. That one's not too good either. Yeah, we'll do that one and that one. Yeah, and that one is a weird piece. It does have crit damage and crit rate on it though, so I might lock that. I think we're gonna lock that one too. And that one, I can't think why these wouldn't be locked. I think I was trying to build Blade with a better build, so maybe I was looking for like specific stuff. I think I might use this piece. It has got speed and HP percentage. So it might be good for a healer actually if I kept going. That's fine. What else have we got? Yeah, this piece. It's got speed but 2 flat stats. I'm gonna go here. Okay, well, the defense is still not even wasted. The tanky stats are going to be good to keep Yunli alive. So that looks better. Oh, she's got a nice amount of crit rate now. She is slow, of course, but she counters a lot. So she's got some a good amount of health for tankiness, some attack for the damage. 83.2% crit rate and 148% crit damage there. Signature Lightcone. We've taken a look at the relics and E0. Otherwise, Gallagher is the other person I've just added. He's relatively quick with 150. He's got 4,892 HP, 150% break effect. as well. I also have him on a what is real, like going with superimposition 5. He's at E6. And I've got him on a split set, focusing on break effect and speed. So yeah. And I think we'll give it a go then. We'll jump in and see if we can finish up the final floor of this Memory of Chaos here. Okay, let's jump into this one then. We are going to have to give up on Cypher's technique though, unfortunately. And I think we'll do this and then start the fight with Gallagher. It applies his besotted debuff to the enemies, which restores our friendly units' health whenever they hit them. And I don't think there's any need to use Cypher's skill. That one hit there that almost took Cypher down to half HP is worrying. We're pretty skill point friendly, so I'm gonna heal Cypher up. And we now have Gallagher's ult up for some panic healing if we need it. I'm gonna hit this guy in the middle, I think. Just so I can get some damage on that Pegasus on the left as well. Okay. Oops. I wasn't quite quick enough with Sunday's ult and I kind of wasted the energy regen aspect. It's awkward that that guy's in the middle still. I don't really want to. Mighty will target whoever I hit. So I'm gonna do the big guy. Okay, and what does that do? Locked on by Moonlit Pegasus. Oh, maybe we can break their weakness before they do anything. Oh, that was a nice big hit though. We might need to make sure that everyone's topped up before they get a go. So I'll keep an eye on that. We should be able to break this Pegasus's weakness before they go though. Oh my gosh, we didn't. Look, it's so low. I think we are gonna need the heal from Gallagher though, so I'm gonna pop that now. I just want to make sure that Mighty and Sunday have loads of HP, so I'm playing a little bit cautiously. And we'll hit this guy. Oh, it wasn't that much damage. We are saving up quite a lot of damage with Cypher's tally though. Mighty is definitely pulling his weight here. So that is I'll check when it's go. Oh my goodness. That was an insane amount of damage. 612,000. I'm gonna need Gallagher to apply that debuff ASAP. Of course, I'm gonna need to heal Cypher with this. But these guys don't have the besotted debuff on them. I think we should be able to get everyone taunted with Mighty though. After he hits. That's a really nice amount of damage. It's kind of low. We heal up a bit though. go here, we can get everyone healed up. Okay, that was a close one, but now that everyone has the besotted debuff, Mighty should heal up and everyone should be relatively safe. I'm gonna wait until the, yeah, it's a really nice heal. I'm gonna wait until the true sting is in its second health bar, and then I'll pop Cypher's ult. Perfect. Oh, look at that. And we've saved up, so that's 1.3 million, right? Yeah. I mean, everyone's pretty healed up. Any debuffs? A couple of wind shears, but that's kind of it. I guess I'll just hit this guy. Boom. Okay, so Mighty's gonna take him into a second health bar, and then we'll use Cypher's ult. I'll use Mighty's ult first. I'm interested to see how far 1.4 million goes. Wow. It pretty much halved his HP bar, that's really good. Okay. Stop hitting Cypher. We're gonna get another really big hit with Mighty here. I don't think we're gonna quite cut it just before the end of the cycle. So we're gonna get it next cycle, I'm pretty sure. We'll heal up Mighty just a bit. Oh my goodness. As a destruction character, Mighty has like extra aggro. But they love hitting Cypher for some reason. Boom. Okay. Okay, so that will add, we had a couple of close calls there, but we did manage to finish it in 3 cycles with no one going down, so that is good news. Let's see if we can keep up the good work against Ule. So we have 7 cycles to do it if we want all 3 stars, and we need no one to die. So we can pop Lodge's technique. Yunli's. We'll do an access to the Trailblazers. I'm pretty sure they do stack. So there's no fighting going on there. And we'll jump in here. Okay, so let's see. We're going to be summoning that. We're going to hit. I don't think it really matters. And perfect, we get the mem boost just in time. This is a really nice opening. We'll do another hit. Not as much damage as before, but these guys are going to go and we'll get a counter. Ouch. That is a lot of damage. I mean, thankfully these counters from Yunli are keeping us up, but this is looking rough. These guys haven't even taken that much damage. Let's see. Yep. I'll hit this guy in the middle. And I think we'll also pop our ult, which taunts everyone. And does a powerful follow-up. They've got so much AoE damage. That's crazy. for the extra weakness break.
With this divine power, I reforge all things. Eternal sleep is the
Okay, cool. 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 Okay, so these guys are like half HP. We're gonna get a mem boost in a second. Perfect. Oops. I almost targeted mem. I didn't even know you could do that. Do some hits here. I am glad we brought Alexa along with us. Or
I'm on it.
oh my goodness, that was close. I was hoping that Lorcha was going to use his passive. So we're definitely, Mem is down. I think, does the ult summon Mem? It does, okay.
In a hurry anyway.
I think we're going to do it this way round.
I'll see you off.
We're going to heal someone with Lorcha, which should give us the field back, and then I'll use the big Mem whack. Ouch, that was a really painful turn. I'll do a hit like this.
What's the matter?
I was gonna say, I'm still glad we brought an exit with us because the damage on these guys is insane. Like the health they have, and I think if we just had Yun Li, this would have taken years. Okay. Sure. I'm gonna pop another ult here. Gives us another stack for the end of the cycle anyway, I think. Oh, we don't get the follow-up though. I'll save his ult as normal to try and get his ult back up and running as soon as possible when it goes down. Okay. Okay, we're almost done. Mem's down again, my goodness. We're almost done with this first phase.
Thank you. And I'll give you what you need.
Okay. Oh, we're not gonna quite cut ahead of the cycle, I think. So we'll just do a hit. And I think Lorcha's field's gonna go down here as well. Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. Look at that. I think we'll do this because we should take him down with the first skill, and then the second one should apply on the next wave. There we go. I'm just hoping Lorcha has his passive up, or else we're going to be in trouble. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think we're fine. Hule does more single target hits than the last guys, so that is fine. Let's see. I think we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna ult and heal with Lorcha to get his field back up. We'll heal Yun Li. Then we'll use the Trailblazers ult here. Get a boost on Alexa. Oops. And throw a bounce at him. Pop a couple of ults here. Oops. Okay. Nice, we broke his weakness. Do another whack on him. Again, even with an access like a sub DPS. I guess he's the main DPS really, actually. has to be 8 on our side. And then I think he takes a chunk of damage, which should speed things up. Do a taunt here. Oh, it does do a really good amount of damage actually. But he's keeping up with the points. There should be it though. We can use Lodger's skill. And then Yunli's skill, I guess. Just see if we need it for anyone else. No. Okay, he didn't take a chunk of damage, but I think it just broke his weakness. We might still not be making it in 10 cycles. I wonder what we could change then. Maybe there's someone better to bring than Alexa. Oops. I didn't use Yunli's ult in time. So we might not get the super powerful follow-up. Okay, yeah, I'm just thinking we've got the rest of this cycle and then one more, and we haven't even taken down his first health bar. I'm just wondering how we could change our team to do better on that one. We'll pop some ults here to try and knock him out of his moon rage. Couple of hits. Yeah, this will be fine, I think. Get the taunt in. Okay, yeah, we broke that. So we pretty much have one cycle to take down an entire health bar. Oh, we don't have a skill point here. Oh, we don't even have the follow-up. Disaster. Okay, so he's down. We're up to the second health bar now. Like that. I'll make sure to taunt before he goes with Yunli. So with Yunli and Lodger, we're pretty happy in terms of keeping everyone alive. I wonder if there's a better DPS than Alexa we could bring with us. What do you know?
I'm just a frail scholar. Look, with this divine power,
Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's just try and get through this as quick as we can, and then we can think about what we would have done differently. Use Lodger's skill here. Ult. If we didn't bring an axe, then we'd have to play around his actual weaknesses, which are physical, fire and wind, I think. So maybe like, yeah, I don't know. Boost it back up. Boost it back up. is on banner next week. I think I mentioned earlier. A Phainon is a physical DPS. So maybe he's what we would bring to finish this in 10 cycles. Maybe we can I'm definitely gonna be pulling Phainon. So maybe we can come back and try and finish off the full MoC when I have him. Okay. Need to try and knock him out of his moon range. If we don't, he does a really powerful attack. And that's why Yunli is so good against him. Because he goes really often in his moon rage state, and if you just keep taunting him with Yunli, then it kind of keeps his stacks in check. So pretty good. Okay, he's at 18% HP. We should be able to finish him off pretty quickly from here. So, to be honest, we weren't like a huge way away from 10 cycles. Okay, I should be down soon. I wonder if kind of like leaning into having Yunli as the hyper carry could have been a good idea. Like instead of bringing an Axa, if we brought another support just to try and boost Yunli's damage. Maybe someone like Robin could have done a good job. Here we go, Ule's going down. Oh, we'll let Anaxa have the final say. Okay, so we did do it with at least 10 cycles left. We had 18 remaining, so we weren't massively far from the 20 cycles. No one died either, which is another achievement. So I'll claim all of this. 720 for the Phainon fund. I think the next Honkai video I'm gonna do will be the Phainon pulls next week. So why don't we go ahead and check where we are. I'm gonna convert all of these, and we are at 154. 154. Now the last character I pulled, like the very last one, was Cypher. But just quickly check the history. So that means, yeah, there we are. So that means that we are at 0 pity with no guarantee. Maximum, that's if we go to the absolute hard pity of 90. That could mean that we need 180 pulls just to guarantee Phainon. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping to get like at least one copy of him and his light code. So I feel like by then I might have like 160, and we'll go from there. We'll see how the pulls go next week. But for now, that is all the time I have. I honestly spent longer than I thought I would getting through that MoC, but overall I'd say I still had fun. And I hope that you enjoyed it as well. Hopefully you found it relaxing. And I also hope that you come back again soon for another one. So thank you so much for joining me today, and good night. night.